Dolphin Discovery at the National Aquarium. My name is Nicole. I'm right here in the center. How's everybody doing tonight? Good. So just to let you know, Dolphin Discovery is an open exhibit, which means you can come and go as you please throughout the day, and you can hang out in here for as long or as little as you like. So each and every day we update our schedule of activities we're doing here. Right outside the main doors, you'll find a board there with times as well as a brief description next to each one of those times. We do that because each one of our sessions is a little bit different and unique. So that way if you come for multiple sessions throughout the day, each time you come here, you're gonna see a completely different session. You might see different behaviors, learn different facts, or possibly see different dolphins as well. So we are home to 8 Atlantic bottlenose dolphins. We have 6 females and 2 males. So we get lots of questions about how can you tell those dolphins apart. They all look great to me. So you can always ask one of us to point out any of the unique characteristics that make our dolphins unique. But we also have observation decks on either side with pictures of our dolphins' faces as well as their dorsal fins. So we do that because we can get lots of variety throughout their day. Another thing I'd like to point out, directly below me, there is a panel on some of the research we're doing with our dolphins. So research is a really important area because we can help give our dolphins the best life possible and continually improve upon our techniques for caring for them. So we can share information with other zoos and aquariums, possibly even researchers, or any kind of legislators that are passing important bills to protect dolphins and other animals. So it's really cool to see some of the research we're doing with our dolphins, but there's really easy ways that you guys can care for them as well. So easy ways, I'm sure a lot of you are already doing these because I've seen a lot today. So reusable bags is one of those really easy ways you guys can help us protect dolphins and other animals, as well as reusable water bottles. So those are excellent ways to eliminate some of the plastics we're using that can get into our oceans. So plastic bags especially can kind of get into our waterways, and they float around and they look a lot like jellyfish. So sea turtles, birds, and some dolphin species rely on one too. So if you don't need a straw, we ask that you just skip it. So that way we can help protect animals. And then last but not least, we have to thank you guys for being here, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do our important work with protecting and giving our dolphins the best life possible both here and helping dolphins and other animals everywhere else around the world. So we thank you guys for being here and learning this information and sharing the information with your friends and family. So a little bit more about our guys here. As I mentioned, we have 6 females and 7 pushed out. So usually you see pods of about 2 to 3 male dolphins traveling around from group to group of female just for mating purposes. So they don't spend a whole lot of time with female dolphins once they become adults. The girls have it a little bit easier. They get to stay with mom, grandma, maybe some of their older sisters. So the females stay together in what's called a maternity pod. So most of the time we do have our females together. We can split them up into a couple different social groupings when we have them. So we have 2 main social groupings. We have Nani, Spirit, and Jade. So Nani is that oldest dolphin I was telling you about. She's 45 years old. She's also our largest and darkest. She's about 535 pounds right now. She's up here with her daughter Spirit, who is 15 years old. And then last but not least, we have Jade, who is 17 years old, who is the mom of Foster. So there's Jade and Spirit over there. Our other female grouping is Chesapeake, Bailey, and Maya. Chesapeake is 24 years old. She was the first dolphin born here at the National Aquarium. Her daughter Bailey is 8. She's our youngest dolphin. And in comparison to Nani, she's only about 270 pounds. And last but not least, we have Maya. She's also 15 years old, so she's sisters to both Chesapeake and to Spirit. So lots of family relationships here with our dolphins. So throughout the day, we do all those different sessions I was mentioning to you, and we do them all for different reasons. So they're all important parts of a dolphin's day that we want you guys to be able to see. So sometimes we might be teaching them new behaviors, we might be playing games with them and learning about them in their research, or we might be getting them some exercise. Right now they're trying to clean up after themselves, so for all you kids out there, dolphins clean up after themselves as well. So they're trying to get that turtle shell out of the pool right now, but it's kind of suctioned onto that. There we go. Great job. Didn't give up on that turtle shell. So we ask the dolphins to clean up their toys at the end of the day, so that way we give them all the dolphin-safe toys, but just in case overnight, we like to give them a nice calm environment so that way they can relax and unwind. So you see our trainers are doing some things to get some exercise for our dolphins. So in addition to playing with them and getting a mental exercise, we need to get them a lot of physical exercise as well. So dolphins have a lot of strong, powerful muscles, and they need to be able to exercise those muscles. So you saw a little bit of mimicking right there, but they also have other behaviors they do. So one of the things that you'll see dolphins doing is swimming really fast. So dolphins can swim up to 25 miles an hour, and they swim really fast because they have to be able to catch their fish that's really fast. So most of the time, these dolphins are going to be eating sound-producing fish, and they chase them down just like this. So you see Jay coming around showing you off that speed. They are pumping their tail up and down because they are mammals. So if sharks and other fish, they move their tail side to side. So if you ever see an animal getting a little too close to you in the ocean, look for that tail motion. That will not lie. So they can swim right side up, upside down. They can even turn around while they're doing that speed swim. They have nice, smooth, fused-formed bodies. They shed their skin about once every 2 hours to keep that smooth surface. They don't have any external ears, so it's reducing the drag in their body, but they do have little pinholes right behind their eyes where they do hear from. So hearing is their primary sense that they rely on. If you go to the ocean over in Ocean City or somewhere along the Northeast, chances are you're walking a couple feet in, you can't really see your feet anymore. So same thing with the dolphins. That's why they rely on hearing versus vision, even though they can see really, really well. So they're showing off that big, powerful tail that helps them swim really fast. But they also use these tails to jump up out of the water. So I'm sure you've seen dolphins jumping up out of the water in a variety of different ways. One of those ways is a porpoising behavior. So you're going to see that right here. So dolphins will often use this to catch a quick breath of air at the top of that jump, as well as reduce some of the drag on their body. Here we have Jade and Bailey. As you might have noticed, Bailey can jump pretty high, so just like humans, we have different athletic abilities. Some of our dolphins are really super athletic and can really, really high. So Bailey and Chesapeake are by far our highest, most energetic dolphins we have. So they can get pretty high in those jumps. Other reasons why they jump, they might be communicating or hunting fish. So you might see dolphins doing different types of breaching behaviors. So they can land on their bellies, their sides, or their backs in this breaching behavior. And they can stun fish below them or just communicate over a large distance. There's Chesapeake right there. Now I think we're going to see a side breach starting over here on the left. And then once again here on the right-hand side. So that's one of the ways they can kind of communicate or hunt any fish. But I also hear a little bit of our dolphins chattering up a little bit right there. So we'll give them an opportunity to show you a couple more of their vocalizations. So if you listen up, you can see how our dolphins can communicate with one another. So dolphins have lots of different sounds they can produce, and they're producing all those noises right out of the top of their head or out of their blowhole. So you might see dolphins' mouths open when they're making sounds, but none of the sounds are coming out of their mouths. So they don't have any vocal cords like we do. So they do have air sacs right under that blowhole. They can squeeze in different ways to make all those different silly sounds you hear. They might use different parts of their body, and in addition to using their whole body, so you might see them slapping their pectoral fins or their tails on the water surface, and this is another way they can communicate with one another. There you see them slapping their pectoral fins. You might also see them using their tails, so they do this lopping behavior. So they can either use that just to kind of communicate on the water surface, or they can kind of use it to kick up sand to create little rings of sand to kind of gather fish together. There they go, showing off that. They also have other jumps that they can do. One of them is a vertical spin. So you'll see dolphins doing this oftentimes to scratch any itches they may have on their body or remove any parasites. So dolphins have the same bone structure as we do on our hands, but they can't scratch itches quite the same way. So here you'll see that vertical spinning behavior. So spinner dolphins down in Hawaii are really known for this, but bottlenose dolphins and other dolphin species will often be seen doing this behavior as well. We're going to see a couple more of those vertical spins. So once again, you see each dolphin performs it just slightly different in their own unique way right there, but all has the same end result. So dolphins are pretty athletic. They have other things they can do. You can see them back diving, you can see them walking. So there's lots of other fun, playful behaviors our dolphins do because they are playful, kind of social species. So you can see a lot of other fun behaviors that they can do. There we go. She just took a little longer to get out there. So that was another back reach right there. Now you're going to see a back dive out here towards the center. Alrighty, so I'm going to let our trainers kind of wrap up things with our girls. If you are sitting in the first 4 rows, that is our splash zone, so there is a chance that they might splash towards the end of this session. But if you have any other questions about our dolphins, feel free to ask me. This area does close at 5:30, but feel free to hang out until then. Right after us, Australia will be the next exhibit to close at 5:45. We thank you guys for coming today, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day here at the National Aquarium.
Very well.